real quick because, guys, it's getting crazy. As of right now, the Dow is down over 700 points, almost broke 1,000 earlier today. The VIX was up at one point almost 60%, hitting near 30, which is extreme fear in the markets. It's crazy. Everything's almost down 2%. Multiple of the big stocks down 5% or more. Jobs report came out, was absolutely atrocious. Came in like almost 40% under expectations. That's unheard of. This is just the craziest day. And with rate cuts on the horizon, and now the economy getting worse in momentous ways, there's so much volatility in the market. It's really starting to freak people out. So I don't know if this is the beginning, but I will say this: if if the market is going to start crashing, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look like today. And so we need to see where this goes. It has turned around a little bit in the last hour, from being down almost 1,000, the Dow, to now about 750. So there's been a little correction. The VIX has calmed down a little bit. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this day ends. Now, if there's a big drop off by the end, if there's a big sell off, and we go into Monday with more sell off, it's very possible we're here. And if we're here, buckle up. It's going to get nasty. The Fed is watching carefully. You better believe it. Right now, they have until September for the rate cut they want, but they might call an emergency meeting if it continues to get bad. They might. If it passes 30 on the VIX and we start seeing the Dow go under sub 1,000, we start seeing S&P hit the 5,000 level. NASDAQ's already in correction territory. It's down 10% on the month. So this is getting really wild. And meanwhile, DJT is up 5%. I love it. I absolutely love it. They came out today, DJT, with news. They're starting their media streaming, and so they're figuring all that out, which is very bullish, very exciting. And so, but if this continues in this trend of this crashing market right now, remember, we had one good day this week, Wednesday, when the Fed gave guidance that they're probably going to cut rates come September, and that got the market excited for one day. And then yesterday the sell-off started, and today it's gotten much worse because the data is coming in so bad now that they're going to have to either full-on pump in a much harder, more intense way, and that's even if they can, because they're already pumping so much. So if listen, buy the dips, sell the rips, I get all that. Jim says it's a good day for buying. I think it's going lower. I do. I think next week we're going to start off lower. I don't think this is the end yet. These job numbers, we cannot underestimate how bad these numbers were. The unemployment went from 4.1 bounced to 4.3 in one day. The SOM rule has been is 100% in effect now. The SOM rule being that if the 12-month average of unemployment's up half a percentage over that 12-month average versus what it was at the beginning, and it's down, that means recession. So these recession indicators are just lining up now, getting stronger and stronger. It's impossible to hide this data. It really is. They downward revised June's numbers again. June and May's numbers. That's 14 of the last 16 jobs reports have been downward revised. That's insanity. That means that they keep lying, even the good stuff. Intel is laying off 15,000 of their staff. The tech sell-off continues because NASDAQ's still one getting crushed the most. This really might be it. Now, if we turn around by the end of the day and it ends up maybe down 400 on the Dow, we're in that 1% range, the VIX goes back down to the low 20s, it's possible we turn back around. It's possible we turn back around Monday and we come in green. So this is not me saying 100% we're there, but I am saying this. This is what it looks like when a crash starts. It looks just like today. So the thing is, you just never know until it actually happens. And we have confirmation by day after day. That's the only way to know for sure. But today is the kind of day it looks like. You get a trigger, like that awful jobs report, an atrocious jobs report. You get a trigger like that, and all of a sudden the selling starts and stuff starts breaking. Doesn't matter. They cannot pump their way out of it. It's impossible. You cannot pump your way out of it once it breaks. And here's the deal. They've already been pumping it. As I showed on my show 2 nights ago, they've already been pumping. They've already found a way to quantitative ease by the T-bill sales. They've already been just flooding the market and the economy with government dollars to prop everything up. They've been doing it for over a year, since the banking crisis, and the Biden administration has been pumping the job numbers since before that. So because of that, we're already at mass pressure, and if something breaks right now, it comes crumbling apart. It comes crumbling apart. So they started their injections. They started their pumping everything up, their stimulus, before it broke this time. That's what happened. So in 2002, 2003, they already started stimulus. Usually you don't start stimulus until it's already broken. They started ahead of time this time, which means when this baby breaks, it's going to be an all-timer. It's going to be incredibly ugly. All right, let me see some of these comments here. I think Finger is primed. I think any short squeeze stock where they are trapped is primed right now if this keeps happening. Jordan, they are inverse. Well, they won't go. This is good, Jordan. The stocks, they're going to trend with the markets up and down until something officially breaks. Because it's not until things break and a liquidity is completely drying up because everybody's running for cover. We're not there yet. We're close. If this continues, it could happen quickly, but we're not there yet. But once that happens, that's when the margin calls come in, and they're real margin calls this time. They're not, hey, we might margin call you if you don't lay off a little bit. This is like, you better pay up, mother effer. That's where we're headed once the market crashes, and that's when the stocks can become inverse stocks, as I believe they've been primed to be this whole time. Now GTI is a different animal now because it's on this other market. It's been downlisted, but Finger, DJT, all those, that theory holds very true to all those. So thank you, AC. I appreciate that, man. What happened to the halt committee? They halt AMC and GameStop every time we run. You know, I mean, they're not going to halt a lot of these stocks on the way down. The big indexes, they won't be halted on the way down until it's really out of control breaking. We didn't see that today. It was more of a gradual sell-off, even though it was a lot of selling. We saw, you know, we almost hit 1,000 down on Dow, but we're still in that 2% range on everything. So in that 2% range, it's not freaking out the markets just yet. But if we start hitting that 4% down, 5% down range, and it's happening quickly, that's where you might see some halts on the way down, some circuit breaker halts. Yeah, somehow Apple's up, but like I said, they have a deal with the devil. So that's just how Apple works. People are basically, you have to look at cell phones now as a utility, and Apple is the biggest seller of utilities, phone utilities in the world. And if you look at it like that, because people pay for their phones like it's a utility, they will buy their phone like it's a utility. And because of that, Apple is going to, even though it's a tech stock, it's a utility stock really now. You got to look at it like that, and that's why it stays up. So you got 50 shares of Finger. Nice, Jerry. I got some Finger today at 199. I'm happy with myself. Husker, what's up? Ames, what's up on the place? Yeah. Pete the Greek, where does the Dow need to go before margins kick in? That's a great question. That's a really good question. My personal opinion, if it's going to depend on speed too, okay? Because speed is determining whether it's an actual crash or not just correction, slow, sell-off, whatever. So the speed matters almost as much as how far down it is. So if it's crashing and we go down 1,500, 2,000 in a day, margin calls could really start ramping up. There's a lot of people online already on Twitter, finance people, stock, Wall Street people saying like margin calls coming, margin calls. So there's already some margin calls starting. On these stocks where they're so underwater and it'll cost them so much, it's going to take a little bit more of the breaking before the pressure really ramps up. So I would say if it's going down extremely fast, the price could be higher before it happens. If it's just a gradual slowdown every day, we're going down 500, 700 points, 300 points here, then I'm talking probably 35,000, 33,000 would be my guess. It's just a guess though. Hopefully GTI sellable again before the crash starts. Yeah, I agree. Austin White, your thought is even though GTI downlisted, the markets keep going down, GTI gets uplisted, shorts may immediately be told to close. That's very possible. Yeah. Yeah, set price alerts. Absolutely. What's up, Marcelo? Calvin, if finger runs before GTI, when GTI gets re-uplisted, no shorts on our way, hopefully. It's very possible. Yeah. What to do, the one? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, guys, please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I just got to say it. But let me check real quick. Oh, did I go away for a minute there? Sorry, guys. So DJT is up 7%. The market's really slowed down on the selling off, though. People are buying some of this dip coming back. But listen, they're going to avert disaster for a little bit. They're gonna fight it. They're gonna hang in there. But when it breaks, they're not gonna be able to catch it. So that's gonna be the key. Okay, when it starts selling, like today, when it almost broke 1,000 down on the Dow, if that had continued and it had gone 1,100, 1,200 down, 1,500 down, that's when you know the crash is here. When they cannot bounce it back at all, when they can't slow it down. So this could be the beginning, but we're not broken yet, if that makes sense. The break is when it just tumbles and there's no catching it. Okay, it's that falling knife you don't want to grab. So we're not there yet, but man, when the VIX almost crossed 30, it was looking like we might be there. So today they're gathering back. They're probably making some plans. Not everybody's ready to jump out yet. There's still some hope as what's coming. They're trying to stop the bleeding. They think they can, and we're going to see if they can. By the end of today, Monday, Tuesday, we're really going to know. But if today ends, again, we're down 600, 700 on the Dow, and then Monday opens, futures are down. It opens, we go down another 500 or more, and it just keeps bleeding like this, the break is coming. That, in my opinion, the break is coming real soon. What do I know about AI traders? Not much. Mexican bought 200 finger at 197. Might be topped out till GameStop gives you back some cash for more. Yeah, I hear you. GameStop's getting crushed this week. Crushed. It's been rough. So I was so worried this morning. I almost panic sold some DJT, and I'm glad I didn't, because now it's rebounded and been way up. So yeah, that's awesome if you picked up some DJT calls, because this news on DJT and the fact that it's up 7% on a day like today, that's some strength right there. That shows you the shareholder base is rock solid, not going anywhere. And at some point that continues. I mean, we could get margin calls, whatever, but at the other side of that, there are going to be people looking for flights to safety out of more volatile stocks, and they are going to go, look at DJT, man, maybe we might be able to make some money right there. So you might see hedge funds piling into DJT and stuff too, and we could really see a good run. What's pre-recorded, Mythical? Intel is getting crushed. Yeah, Intel is going to be down for a long time. There's no coming back from where Intel is anytime soon. They're getting ready to lay off 15,000 employees, so that might give the stock a little bump in the next few weeks. But it's not going to get back to where it was for quite a while. I would be shocked, especially because I shared this on Twitter today. The AI bubble is starting to become more and more. People are becoming more and more aware of the AI bubble. Okay. It's becoming well known. Everybody's starting to get very bearish on Nvidia, because as people keep coming out. Meta came out, Microsoft came out. They're talking about the next year or so. They still haven't figured out how to monetize all this AI. And so they've invested so heavily and they're not able to make money from it that they need. And so they're slowing down. And as they slow down, that's going to really hurt NVIDIA because the chip buying is going to really slow down too. So am I into crypto? I'm into crypto from an intellectual standpoint, but I don't have the money to put into crypto yet, Observer. That's where I'm going to eventually get to. But I'm very bullish on Bitcoin and XRP. You're welcome, Barbara. Monica, Trump baby. Optics, some perspective. In November 2023, when many were calling for a big decline, India was at 32,000. You're absolutely right. And that, remember, everything switched that November because October was terrible and the year before was bad. But that also, remember, if you guys have been watching my show, I showed you how they've been injecting the stock market because of this T-bill thing, which has artificially kept rates down. If that is as true as that paper says, then that stimulus back there, that's when it really would have started up in that November time. And that's probably been pumping up the economy quite a bit. Cowie, you realize they have to fight off this market downturn for 3 more hours? Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. Notification. What? If live isn't ended, this account will be permanently banned? What is that? How is that even? That's got to be a troll. What's up, Pilot to the Moon? Blue 5, Fall of the U.S. Empire. Yeah. Kuda, is that notifications over? It can't be real. Yeah, that can't be real. There's no way they would say that. Harris 2024. Okay, well, if this is the economy one, remember, this is Biden's economy. You get more of this if you vote for Harris. So that's, you know, but communism won't make you wealthy. Wasn't that weird, Shruti? BFF Forever warning, system permanent ban will curve live video. What the heck is going on with all these, what is going on with all these notifications? Somebody doesn't like what I'm talking about. That's crazy. Oh, it's a joke for BFF. All right. That is so weird. I've never seen that before. I don't know if I can ban them right now because of, let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, they should be gone now. That's nice. Anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking? Honestly, what are your thoughts? What are you seeing? Anybody out there who are my chart guys? Any of my chart guys on here? What are you guys seeing? What are you seeing as resistance levels? What are you looking for? I want to know. Why do I keep saying what, Shruti? Oh, that notification thing. Kuda, good deal. Don't catch your live very often. Don't know if that's how they did that or not. What's that? How they do what? We got Twitter and Rumble. That's right, man. I'm going to be moving on, and eventually, I just listen. I have so little time, guys. I work full time. I run my YouTube channel. It takes about 20 hours a week on top of my full-time job, and then on top of being a husband and father, I'm very busy. So as soon as I get extra time to sit down and really plot out my live streams more, that's when I'll get on to Rumble and YouTube, or Rumble and X and YouTube all at once. I just haven't been able to set it up yet. Yeah, right, SG. Optics, no one's talking about the fact inflation's large part due to the trillions pumped in the economy from Congress, save business. That is 100% true. And on top of that, the Inflation Reduction Act is actually causing inflation because they're lying idiots. So, do I know what Therians are? No. Ethereum? It's due to policies for sure. It's all of it, Optics. It's all of it. You're right, Optics. Yeah, money supply was. I'm invited to the cookout. Come on, bring a Southern Curry Grid. It's your birthday, BFF? Happy birthday, man. All right, Sauce. Bless you, buddy. Best of luck. You have money. You're funny. How old am I? I'm 40. You guys are funny. So, again, look to see how it ends today. All right, that's what we're watching, and what we're watching in the beginning of next week. That's where we'll have a much better idea if this is continuing or if this is just a quick blurb. And then if it continues and the Fed calls an emergency meeting and it starts to issue rate cuts sooner, which it can happen, it's very rare, but it can happen, that might provide a slight stimulus. But again, in my opinion, the rate cuts, once they come, it's after that is when things will really break, if they're not already breaking. What do I think about Venezuela? I think Venezuela, the whole thing's crazy. Yeah, I think it's insane. I think that Maduro is trying to steal that election, and I'm glad the people are raising up, and I believe they are going to pull it out. So, you're a girl, not a guy. Sorry, BFF. I can't tell by your name. You're going to Great Wolf Lodge. Awesome. You're welcome, Steven. David, inflation so high because they print 40% of current currency in circulation 3 years ago, destroying purchase. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is a big part of it. But on top of that, that's not the only thing, though. That's a little too simplistic. There's a lot more to it than that. A lot more to it. But that is one of the key factors, absolutely. DJT up 211, nice. And demand side economics. I mean, we have to have, I don't know what you mean by demand side. We just need more capitalism, and without crony capitalism. We need to get out of this corporatism we're in and get back to a more capitalist society. Everybody says this is capitalism. This is not capitalism. This is crony capitalism or corporatism. It is government interfered capitalism that government picks the winners and losers. So we don't have real capitalism right now, and anybody who tells you otherwise is a moron and has no idea what they're talking about. They don't understand economics. Real capitalism, the market would have already sorted this out long time ago. 2008 would have been allowed to happen. It would have purged, it would have been rebuilt, and it would have been better. That's how it goes. So you're gonna turn 11. You're pretty young to be on here, if that's true, or if I even believe you. I don't know if I believe you. Mad Max, can we give finger squeeze and other stocks if we crash? 100%. Yeah. The idea is that as the crash happens, liquidity dries up and margin calls start becoming very pressurized and very intense. And if that happens, okay, remember the shorts are all on borrowed money right now. Borrowed money, borrowed time. And they were living large because times were good. And there's a lot of liquidity going around. The stock market kept going up so they could make money in other stocks and keep pushing that money around, all that. Once that goes away, banks start calling, brokers start calling, because they're losing money everywhere, and that's when they need more money, and that's when they'll go after shorts. PSI or PST, how current government is dealing with Indian tech scammers. I can't answer that, sorry. I'm sorry, PST. Don't know what to tell you. Let's go, cheese. Get out of here. 40% is a major right. It is, yeah. Trump, baby, X-tested. That's right. We got to get Trump in there. We got to get Trump in there. He'll get stuff back to a more capitalistic society, capitalistic economy. He'll free up markets more, deregulate where we need it, and enforce regulation where it's not being enforced. That's the key. Regulation is fine when it's minimal for the worst case scenarios and it's enforced. Right now we have way too much regulation, and it's only constricting the people like you and me, small business owners, retail people. That's who regulations hurts the most right now, because we're over-regulated and the people with the money get let out of it. So, Andy, what's up? Julius, is that a dad van? No, it's not a dad van. It is my Honda Pilot 2010 that I've told everybody I drive. That's what I'm in right now. David, okay, in the mixed economy, Keynesian economics, the Keynesian economics are terrible. Yeah. Thanks, PST. Trump will tilt it to big business. Dude, what do you think is happening already? Are you kidding me? Who are these people? Listen. If you don't think business is already controlling our economy and controlling our government, you're whacked. There's a reason why all the Fortune 500 company CEOs are supporting Kamala. Okay, because big business owns the Democrats. The Democrats are owned by the big business and deep state CIA types. That's exactly who they're owned by. All the West Coast liberals, they're all voting. There's only one exception right now voting for Trump on the business side of things, and that's tech. That's big tech is starting to go to Trump. And why? Because big tech wants the freedom to innovate and grow, and they don't like how all their stuff's being used and how they're being stopped by the Democrats. When medicine wasn't poison was capitalism. That's true. I'm not saying all regulations are bad. I'm saying we're overregulated, and it's not enforced the ones that should be. Yeah, we haven't had real capitalism in 75 years. You're right, David. Actually, it's even longer. We haven't had it in 100 years. Is MOAS still on the table for GameStop? I do not believe so. No. I think Ryan Cohen sold out MOAS so that he could get the cash needed to build GameStop into the company he wants to build it to. So long-term, GameStop could be very valuable. I could see it getting 200, 300 bucks if he turns it into a major SPAC like he wants to. Short-term, though, MOAS is gone, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think MOAS is done. George Soros is one of the puppet masters, absolutely. What we have now is Keynesian economics or neo-Keynesian economics or welfare demand. Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right, David. I agree with all that. And a car crash. What? It is crazy, Eric. I agree with you. So, listen, I'm just giving you guys my opinion, whether it's GameStop, whatever, where we're at, but things are getting crazier. Okay, and there's no denying that. If GameStop is going to have a MOAS, it's going to happen during a crash like everything else, because the shorts are going to have to get out when things crash. I mean, go ask ChatGPT about it. It'll tell you all about it. Go ask anybody on the street about it. They know, okay? I've had Pedro on here, 30 years of Wall Street trading, and he tells you he expects there to be maybe 50 to 100 stocks that could have short squeezes. It's that bad. There's that many. But my personal opinion is Cohen, when he diluted, he killed the MOAS because nobody ever claimed those shares, which means they probably went to shorts. Thank you, Eric. Nice try, Jackson. This is a Super Bowl team right here. Not a winner, unfortunately. But hey, that means we're better than 30 of the other teams. Dark Pancake, that's one of the dumbest things you could ever put. So you're out. Goodbye. That's disgusting, and that's not going to happen on my channel. Is Finger prime for a spike up? Finger is waiting on news for a spike up on its own, but if this crash is happening and the shorts have to start buying in, then yes. I think Finger's in a great place though, especially because you can buy it so cheap right now. But all right, guys, I actually got to get back to work because I'm a working man. So God bless you guys. Love you. I probably won't be live tonight. I need to take a break, but we'll see what happens by the end of the day here, because things are so crazy. So anyways, but God bless you guys. I'll see you fairly soon, I'm sure. You guys are the best, and we're seeing history right now, and we might really be seeing history if this continues. So let's see what happens. Take it easy. Bye.